So earlier this year, I talked about a product called the Atari 7800 Plus, which was a new Atari system coming out in 2024 that would take physical cartridges. You would play your old 2600 and 7800 games, or you could play from a new library of recently released Atari 7800 games and play it on your HD television. I thought it was a really cool concept. The idea of reissuing physical products and cartridges was really attractive to me as well. So I actually pre-ordered one of these along with a copy of Berserk. But Atari hit me up and was like, hey, you want to check out the system early? And I was like, yeah, sure. Send one over, partner. I'll give my purchased one as a gift this holiday season to my uncle. Merry Christmas, Uncle Jeff. If you watch this video, you're getting an Atari 7800 Plus under the tree. Now, I'm not someone who's deep into Atari, but I was interested in this, so we're going to check it out today here on the channel. So the Atari 7800 Plus came in a very nice case here. I will have a link to the system in the description box down below. It is an affiliate link. You can get the Atari 7800 Plus and Bentley Bears Crystal Castles for $130 on Amazon, but we got to see if it's even worth it. Now, they sent over a plethora of games to check out for me, including the aforementioned Bentley Bears Crystal Quest, which is a game that I've actually been interested in. It's a platformer game, which the Atari 7800 didn't really have. You can see beautiful artwork on the front, nothing on the back, but you do have the end label for the game, which is very nice. They also sent over Frenzy, Asteroids Deluxe, and Ninja Golf. Little bit of a snug fit here into this, but I don't mind it. I think it's very nice presentation. And then on the other side, we have Bounty Bob Strikes Back, Fatal Run, Food Fight, and Space Duel. Now, no Berserk, so I might have to keep my copy of Berserk and give my uncle one of these games, probably Asteroids Deluxe, because I don't really care about asteroids. But once again, you can see here, we've got beautiful artwork. Everything feels very nice, high quality with these cartridges. It doesn't necessarily feel like cheap or anything like that. It feels exactly how the cartridges, kind of did back in the day. Now, like I said, this will play 2600 and 7800 cartridges. They say it has great compatibility, almost 100%. I don't really know what that means, but here's the system itself. Atari 7800 Plus, we have a power button, a pause button, a select button, and a reset button. Very simple system. Obviously, it's going to be very simple. These games weren't like super crazy or anything like that. You have the controller ports here, which are 9-pin if you want to put in a physical controller or a joystick, and you can see that there was the A and B thing. There's the cartridge slot as well. Kind of wish it had a flap on it, but whatever. The bottom of the system here, there's some cooling, I guess. You have the HDMI port, a 16:9/4:3 switch, because you want to play it 4:3, and USB-C power. Now, I do know that MVG took this apart. It does feel very lightweight, so you might want to check out his video on this as well if you want to see the innards of it. I don't really know what I'm looking at. And here's another cool thing. These controllers actually only originally released in Europe, and they're kind of hard to get because they primarily just use the joystick here. Kind of a weird D-pad on this, but you have a 2-button controller with a wireless receiver on it, which I think it's pretty cool. You can see here it's searching for the receiver right now. It works very easily. I'll show you guys kind of how that all works here. But I like these controllers. I think they're nice. Here is the wireless receiver that you can get. You could buy additional controllers, joysticks, use old joysticks with it. There's a lot of stuff that you could do. This came with 2 controllers so that I could play with no one. I don't think I was supposed to rip that, and I did. So now I kind of feel bad because I like the box of this, but whatever. Now, this is awesome. This is the coolest thing in the world. You get like mini cartridge boxes, and you get full boxes for all of the games, which I think is awesome. Like, as someone who likes physical stuff still, even though I sold most of my collection, like, when I'm paying, these games retail for about $30 a pop. When I'm buying a game for $30 and it comes with, a proper box, and it comes with, as you'll see here, instructions, like a nice full color instruction booklet, like little touches like this go a long way, especially with retro stuff. You know what I'm saying? I wish Sega would re-release cartridges. I wish Nintendo would re-release cartridges. The box itself looks very nice. You just make it yourself, but like super cool stuff. An awesome touch and something that I really appreciate with these sorts of things. And then, of course, you have your cables, HDMI, and your USB-C cable for when you are setting this up. Plugging in the cartridges is nice and easy. It doesn't have a death grip or anything on your cartridges like a lot of these newer retro consoles do. You then take your little Bluetooth dongle and stick it into your controller slot, and I mean, you're pretty much ready and set up to go once you plug in your HDMI cable and your USB-C cable. I like that. You know, this needs to be simple. When you look at the Atari 7800 plus demographic, like, it's probably older gamers, older than me, who are interested in this. Now, here's the biggest problem with this system. So you put in a game, you boot it up, and then this is what happens. Now, I know that this system is running emulation. That's fine. I assume that it is dumping the ROM onto the system chip so that you can then play it. But every time you put in a cartridge, you have to wait like 20 seconds. And like, this is all in real time. None of this is edited. And it's just kind of like, well, why is this taking so long? You know, once it boots up, it's fine. You can reset and everything, and it doesn't do that. But for some reason, when you first start up a game, you have to do it. Beneath the trees where nobody sees, we'll hide and seek as long as they please. Today's the day the teddy bears have their picnic. I like that song. Don't judge me. But here's Bentley Bear's Crystal Quest, which is a 2D platformer that, honestly, very impressive game. Like, this comes with all of the systems that are prepackaged at $130. Amazon link in the description box down below. That is affiliate. But I really like this game. Like, I think this is awesome. I think if this would have came out for the 7800, like, back in the day, like, it probably would have done better. Like, you have nice graphics. You have decent controls. There's music playing and stuff like that. Look at this level. There's even like background scrolling going on. So very impressive, very smart for this to be the pack-in game for all of these systems, because I think it's really good. You know, it's really fun. Here is Bounty Bob Strikes Back. I honestly had no idea what was going on with this game. I still don't really know, even like watching my footage back. Like, I guess I can't climb the ladder, but then you have these doors that you could go in between. It's like not like Donkey Kong, but kind of is. But then you kind of keep going back and forth between the doors, which was really annoying. And at this point, I was just like, what am I supposed to do here? And then I jumped and, you know, things didn't work out well. Next up, we have Space Duel, which I'm usually not like super into these types of games, but I thought this one was pretty fun. This was a good way to sort of test out the D-pad of the Atari 7800 plus controller. It's not really a D-pad. Like, I know it looks like one, but the way you use it is, you know, that extension makes you think it's like an analog stick, but then when you actually feel it, like, it's more of a D-pad with just an extension on it. It's very hard to explain, but I thought this game was pretty cool, pretty fun. You know, the graphics are simplistic. Obviously, we're playing all these in 4x3 mode, I should say, but not a bad little game here. Now, here is the coolest game that I played. This is Fatal Run, and this game is amazing. Now, I think this might be an original game from like 1990 because there was no updated stuff on the listing of the game, like when you boot it up. But this game rules. Like, you're in a car and you're trying to kill these other people on the road. It's a fatal run. And you have like machine guns and you have missiles and stuff like that. I thoroughly enjoyed this game. Like, if I could drive like this and have all these things going on, like machine guns on my car, I think my voyages would be a lot more peaceful, and I would probably be a more relaxed and happier person overall. But I'm very impressed with this game, and like the visuals are awesome on this too. Like, this is almost as good as Rad Racer, I would say. And obviously the NES and Famicom, you know, kind of trounced what the 7800 was capable of for a lot of people, but you got a pretty impressive draw distance on here too. Very cool game. Very, very cool. So we're going to wrap this up with a little bit of everyone's favorite golf game and starring a ninja golf. But overall, you know, I think this is a pretty neat system. You know, if you're not a fan of Atari, it's not going to do anything to like make you a fan. But I think if you are a fan of Atari, like, this is a nice thing to have. You know, the cartridges themselves all play how they should. You could play your old games on it. They say that it has very high, almost near 100% compatibility, which it should because it is using emulation. I do hope that they could do something about that initial like 20-second wait when you first boot up a game, because that just seems kind of ridiculous. But other than that, like, I like this. I think it's neat. It's priced well. The cartridges are all priced very well, and I wish more retro gaming companies or companies that have a retro gaming library would do stuff like this. So this is my video on the Atari 7800 Plus. Like I said, I'll have an Amazon affiliate link in the description box down below if you want to pick up one of these. $130, comes with Bentley Bears Crystal Castles. And yeah, so let me know what you think about it in the comments section down below. The Atari was a little bit before my time, but I can still appreciate it. And as always, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to hit subscribe, like the video as well, share it around if you really enjoyed it. And as always, I'll catch you guys on the next video. Later.